Bum, ba, 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 ba. Show number 17 from the second season of the Hippie Pastor, your servant, to give you the word of Jesus for sinners like us. Allow us to begin with the quote of today. Let's see who can guess his illustrious author. There it is. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. So, don't set your eyes upon that which is not riches, because they fly away like an eagle toward heaven. Who said it? It was written by the great king of Israel, King Solomon. What a wise man. He was so wise that when these two ladies were fighting over a baby, and one was saying, "No, it's mine," and she said, "No, it's mine," and they took the issue to the King Solomon, who was considered the wisest man, even by Jesus. Jesus considered him a wise man. And me too. I read the Proverbs. You know, there's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs in the Bible, one for each day of the month. So even if you miss one, you should make it a habit. Take the Bible with you to the toilet. I do. See my Bible? I just threw it near the bathroom. It's a good idea because, you spend time in the toilet, thinking bullshit. Why not read the Word? And so there's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs, one for each day of the month, so it should be in a habit. And there's a lot of beautiful things. And if you don't understand it, it's because you're stupid. And you need to keep reading. Hey, all right, so therefore, the ladies, they took the baby to King Solomon because he was so wise, and they said, we have a problem here. She says it's hers, I say it's mine. They had no DNA testing in those days, remember. So King Solomon came up with the solution. He said, let's cut the baby in half. Half for you, end of story. And one of them said, no, do not cut the baby in half. It's her baby. I was lying, it's her baby. Give it to her, please. That's how King Solomon knew who the real mother was, the one who was willing to forsake it, to give it away, to preserve its life, was the real mother who really loved that child, whether she kept it or not. But the other one was happy with the slice. Yeah, let's slice it up. Teach her a lesson. Oh, great King Solomon. And it's so funny how, not everything in the Bible is true. Not everything in the Bible is God's word. King Solomon went down like a bad guy by these evangelicals who go around saying that, because, it's really envy. They're envious because he had all this money. People envy the rich. And he had all these women. People envy a good-looking guy with all these babes. Man, he had like 1,000 wives. That creates a lot of envy. Why did he have 1,000 wives? Because he was maybe good-looking, but also because he had a lot of love to give. So he had 1,000 wives. Then came the criticism because Israel, just like the Christians today, go around saying you shouldn't marry people from other religions. You shouldn't, back then, other nations, other religions, other gods. You should just keep it. We're the only chosen people, Israel. The rest belong to Satan. Just like the Christians, evangelicals say nowadays, we're the only ones going to heaven. Everybody else is going to hell. Don't marry a sinner. Or don't marry somebody from another religion, a Buddhist or what have you. We should just keep it to ourselves. And that's what was going on back then. But King Solomon was such a revolutionary and such a rebel and such a radical, one of my heroes, that he went and he married girls from all these different nations and religions, and he didn't care about religion, and he let them worship their gods, and so he got all this criticism saying that he went down in history as a witchcraft man, as a father of witchcraft, the Star of David, and he created all this stuff. And he went down as a bad guy, and he followed other gods, Hey, this is what I say. Screw you. He was a good man. He was a man of love. And everybody else was jealous. And he was a man of wisdom. So don't tell me that he was a bad guy, because I'm not going to believe it. The people you hypocritical, evangelical Christians go around saying are bad people, I'm going to have my doubts about what you say. Why should I believe you? You say I'm bad. I know I'm bad. My righteousness, man's righteousness is equal to a filthy menstruous rags, and God's righteousness is equal to an unused clean one. Now, before we continue with the words of Jesus, my friends, I made a mistake on the last show. I said that Mary Magdalene, Well, that wasn't one of Jesus' girlfriends. I think maybe she was, but there was another Mary that was more important in his sentimental life. But she was obviously, he cast 7 demons from her, and there was obviously some physical contact. And I made a mistake when I said that when Jesus rose from the dead, it was the other Mary, the sister of Lazarus, that went and hugged him and touched him. And he said, touch me not yet. I have not yet ascended to my Father, but when I come back, you can touch me all you want. Actually, I made a mistake. It was Mary Magdalene. So there was definitely some physical situation going on there. But I think the love of his life, the sweetheart of his love, was whom he went in exile, was Mary, the sister of Lazarus, who coincidentally lived in Bethany. Coincidentally, that's where Jesus went. After he rose from the dead, he went to Bethany, and then supposedly, according to the apostles, he did a Peter Pan and went flying into the air and disappeared into the heavens. Peter Pan, yeah. Why did he go to Bethany to pull the Peter Pan? Why couldn't he have just done it there or in Jerusalem? And scoffed at his enemies and said, hey, look, it's me, I'm Peter Pan. You can't touch me. You can't touch me. Come on, man. No more fairy tales. Let's get to the root of the truth. Jesus is the Son of God. Allow us to continue reading the words of Jesus. We're on, if I'm not mistaken, we're in chapter 26 still. Then saith Jesus unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. Did he go to Galilee when he was risen again? Not to my knowledge. Oh, yeah, he appeared. He hung around for 40 days before he left. Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Jesus said unto Peter, as you all recall the famous saying, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Thrice. Once, twice, thrice. Learn how to count. Peter said unto him, as though I should die with thee, yet I will not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. Then cometh Jesus unto them into a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples, sit ye here, while I go and pray yonder, over yonder. Then saith he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry here and watch with me. They were meditating. Buddhists. Huh? Like the Buddhists. These were spiritual people, man, not religious baloney. They were meditating. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible that this cup pass from me, nevertheless not as I will, but as thou wilt. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, what? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. Then cometh he unto the disciples, and saith unto them, sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand. Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me. So, right before Judas showed up, Jesus had told the disciples, let us get out of here. Let's go, man. Because he figured, let me give it a chance. Maybe God doesn't want me to drink this cup. But God did want him to drink the cup, because obviously they did not walk very far away when they were met with Judas and all the Roman soldiers. Ladies and gents, I got to run.